Okay, let's hope the third time is the charm here, people. Jesus. Hello and welcome back to the live stream from Sailing Zingaro. I am James, your host. My lovely co-host, Kimmy, is sick today, unfortunately, so she will not be joining us. We have had the most rough 3 days that we've had in a long time. Our dinghy got swamped by a big wave when we were trying to land it on the beach after we took some locals out sailing. And luckily, it didn't turtle and nobody got hurt, but the seams started ripping, the seats are broken, and the motor is just totally full of sand and water. So Kimmy is actually cleaning it all out right now and sleeping because she wasn't feeling too good. That same night, after we got it all done, we got back to the boat at, I don't know, like midnight or something. And I called my mom and I said, hey, listen, the phone got wet. I don't have any way to check weather. Can you please check weather for me? And she, bless her heart, she told me there was a hurricane headed my way. So we had to swim back in on the surfboard with the dry bag with my sandals on it and check the weather. And turns out, you know, my mom is very sweet for telling me, but it was from 2017 that weather report had happened. But, you know, better get the information than not. So I think that she got sick from that. Just too much stress. Stressed her out. But should be all right. And I've got some really cool stuff to talk to you guys about. We had a guy on our boat for about 2 weeks. His name's Cleveland. He actually has the same boat. He bought himself a Spindrift, a 37, same as mine. His is in a little rougher shape, but he paid a lot less. I think he paid $5,000 for the boat. And chat's disabled. I just got a thing. Hold on a sec. Let me just go to him because this is what I wanted to do is unbeknownst to me, he made this this video for us that was really freaking cool. So I was checking through my videos after he was done or after he was gone, and he had recorded before he left or before he woke me up to take him to the taxi at like 4 o'clock in the morning. He recorded a video for us telling us, you know, well, actually, why don't you just hear it from his lips?
So it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to be heading out pretty soon for my taxi, and I just wanted to say a few things to the camera for these guys. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much to James and Kim for having me out on Zingaro. It has been the adventure of a lifetime. I watch a lot of sailing on YouTube, like I'm sure many of you guys do. I've been a lifelong sailor. I thought I knew what cruising would be like. I've never been cruising before, and I didn't know. Their videos make it look so much easier than it really is. It is incredibly difficult. Something broke almost every day, I would have to say. Something broke.
Oh, I guess that's the end of that first section. So I cut this into 3 sections, and sorry about that. I didn't even realize where I was going to cut it back. But I wanted to stop and just break this interview up just a little bit and tell you that he is not lying. Like, we broke so much crap. I had a list of what we broke on his adventure, but just from what I remember, the block for the furling line, all of the fans. I mean, we were like cutting them and like rewiring them, and then they would die the next day. We ran out of water. The upper hatch was broken and leaking. The trampolines ripped. The dinghy, as always. My phone, his mask shattered when he did a backflip with it on. And the spear gun bands, he got really sick when we went spear fishing. It was an adventure. But here you go. Listen to him more.
You know, they say like cruising is fixing your boat in exotic places, and that's absolutely true. Like every day was fixing something because something broke, and that can be really frustrating when you're living La Vida Broca. So I know all of your everyone who's patient for these guys, they really appreciate it. So if you've been thinking about doing, you know, a couple bucks for these videos, they work really hard to make it happen. I mean, yeah, it's great. You know, you're out here in beautiful places like Panama behind me, but you know, you're always working. You're always filming. You're always editing. You're always leaving the beautiful places to go find internet somewhere. It is not easy. You know, you got to sail. You know, the wind can be blowing perfectly all week, and then the one day that you've got to go back because you're almost out of water or you're almost out of food, and you've got to spearfish because you've got to catch some fish to eat something because you're super hungry, and the wind is now blowing the exact wrong direction, and you know, you've got to tack a million times to get back, and you're trying to get up a river that is, you know, going to be super dark and you're not going to be able to see anyway. I'm just saying that it's hard. It's much harder, and it takes a very special kind of person to be able to do this.
So this is coming from a guy that has a lot of sea experience. I mean, he's been a racer since he was a kid, and he's had a bunch of boats. He's got a catamaran. He's not new to this. He works at North Sails, and you know, he was like blown away about how hard it was, which is funny. And I thought a good transition into this topic. You know, we have had more than 5 people come on board with the dream of cruising and leave early, like change their flights because they just couldn't do it. It was, you know, you're often hungry, you're often wet, you're often up in the middle of the night. He's not lying. It is a pain in the butt. But this is the last part of his story, so check it out. It's very cool. We loved having him on board, so check him out.
Yeah, this has been the adventure of a lifetime. You get to see some amazing things. I've seen eels and snakes and a million different kinds of fish. I learned to clean fish, to spearfish. I've learned a lot more about sailing. You know, I've got the same kind of boat as him, so learned a lot more about sailing this kind of boat, and not just racing, not just cruising inshore, you know, in San Francisco Bay, stuff like that. You know, it's dirty. I've been here for 2 weeks. I just took a shower before I hop on my taxi to get out of here, but I was just filthy the whole time. I mean, you're hauling up your anchor. It's so dirty. I don't know where all the dirt comes from, but you're just so dirty all the time. And fresh water is the most important resource you have. It is like gold. So being able to take a shower is really awesome. It's hot as hell. It's hot as hell down here. Just so sweaty all the time. You know, no AC. I worked really hard to fix some fans, and they just broke again immediately. We don't know why. That's cruising. And so you just either have to sleep outside, and when you're in a river like this, you know, there's bugs and there's dew, and it's not easy to sleep outside. So you have to sleep inside, and there's no fans, and it's really hot. And, you know, it's a life you choose, but it's hard. And so there's a good bit of trade-off with the amount of freedom that you get of being able to choose. Like, but at the same time, you know, it's tough because they're here. They're not sure if they're gonna go. They want to go to Hawaii, but you know, they need to redo the rig. They need to haul the boat. they don't hold that much gas or water, so there's so many considerations. We wanted to go to Costa Rica, but we couldn't do that because you need yellow fever vaccinations and like original boat paperwork that they need to have faxed down here. And so then plans change. Like maybe we'll go down to Ecuador. There's so many considerations into everything you do, and you have to be really fluid. You have to be able to go with the flow. And I really admire these guys for what they're able to do out here, because they make it look a lot easier. And I know some of you are probably thinking like, no, there's no way. Like it looks so hard already. Like they're not filming when things get hard. They're not filming when the clue sheet on the asymmetric spinnaker grabs the fishing pole and throws it in because it was the one time I forgot to tie it off. It's incredibly difficult. And I just want to say thanks again. And if any of you are thinking about becoming a patron, do it.
Well said, buddy. I love you, man. It was really, really, really a pleasure having you. And you're always welcome on my boat, bro. Seriously. I'm sorry if I was a dick to you. It was crazy that week that he was here, because it was just like squall after squall after squall, and every time it hit, we were going crazy, getting super wet, and we were spearfishing, but the swell was so bad that Cleveland got real sick and was like puking on the boat, and I'm trying to get lunch for us, and we didn't have anything to eat, and he was like constantly like, bro, I'm gonna die if we don't eat something. I'm like, bro, I don't have anything. I have dry beans. Go get a whole handful of those. But we worked it out, and like the fun times do balance out. I've seen some amazing things too, but this is about the hard parts of this. So I wanted to tell everybody that we got some new sponsors. So Sailing Corina Club is one of our sponsors that's actually on the live stream today, and he does charters out of Mexico. If you guys want to see what sailing is like, check him out. Turt Sunglasses, if you guys are interested in eco-friendly sunglasses made out of bamboo, and a portion of the proceeds go to help save baby turtles. That's that. Sailrite gave us a discount on a new sail bag for the sails, which is awesome. I have a stack pack now, which we made, and I'll do a video about. And then Spectra Watermakers technically is not a sponsor, but they did offer us 25% discount, and we still can't afford a Spectra, but we want one, and we're still going to save up. Our shirt campaign is going on right now, and that is going to be for a water maker. All the proceeds go towards a water maker. So if you have not seen our new shirts, just give me 1 second. I got to get the damn thing up for you. Cancel. All right. So this is our new shirt design. This is the women's tank, the premium tee. That's the back. That's the front. Cool. Kimmy actually drew this, and I came up with the slogan, and I think it's pretty neat. But yeah. Anyway, if you guys can help out, that'd be cool. Or you can help out by supporting us on Patreon too. If you do support us on Patreon, there are some bonuses that we give out to the Patreon people. You get bonus videos. We put up we make a desktop background about once a month, kind of like this, or like this. Or you get a special video kind of like this. This video is just for the patrons. Thank you guys so much for your support. We're in the Continental Divide, Lake Bhutan, or Bhutan Lake. What do we have here?
The cook that eats all the stuff that it makes itself.
That's a little sneak peek. That's pretty neat. But yeah. That's what's going on with the Patreon thing. If you guys could help us out, man, that we really, really appreciate anybody that's our patrons. I actually think we just got a new patron, Captain. Captain Ryan Beck. Dude, thank you. You're the man. I really appreciate that, man. And you guys have no idea how much that helps. We go through. Actually, I brought some stuff to show you guys about what we actually spend this money on. I mean, okay, so I don't have a GoPro right now because my GoPro just completely died. I tried to fix it, but maybe somebody can tell me how to put it back together. Because no, I'm actually pretty good with electronics. I was an electronics tech in the Navy, and this little button right here just totally shit itself, and so I couldn't push record anymore. So my GoPro is officially dead. Here's a telephone that's dead. Here's another telephone that's dead. Here's another telephone that's dead. I think I got one more in here. Oh, here's a $200 lens that fell down off my thing. Boom, that died when we took a freaking rogue wave. And then the coup de grace of this whole thing. Here's my camera. This is, the body's probably like 750, 800 bucks for this thing. Yeah, completely dead. And this is all just from salt air. This isn't from me like dropping it in the water. So I'm on number 2 right now, but yeah, that's where your stuff goes. We actually bought a beacon, a light beacon that you chuck in the water if someone falls overboard at night too. I've had one on every boat except this one, and I'm really glad to have it. So it's not like you're donating to our party. It's more like you're donating to the 40 hours a week it takes for me to make these videos, and then on top of that, do this crazy ass life. But it's definitely worth it. I mean, if you look on that video that I gave you the link for, the sales video, man, that was such a good day, dude. Like flying my drone under sail, having the girls jump off. I gave them champagne and they were shaking it up. It was super, super fun. And that makes it all worth it. So let me go see what you guys are talking about. Whoa, Big Slick. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. Let's see. Finally found a live one. Oh, yeah, nice guy, dude. You're the man. I need to show people your site, brother. So, HS Wilhelm. He must have been such a chill energy on the boat when shit hit the fan. Dude, I actually like... I'm kind of intense, and sometimes I freak out or yell. That guy was super chill, like perfect captain. I am unfortunately not, but okay. Where to next? Where are you? Make your own water maker. Yeah, I'm gonna. But I just really like the Clark pump. Wishes for Kim to feel better soon, to get health. You're so sweet, man. How long did you have that camera? That camera lasted us for probably 8 months, 8 or 9. But the batteries in it, dude, the batteries in those kind of cameras suck. They go out on, I mean, it must be the salt air or something, but I've gone through 3 chargers and like 6 batteries. And that's including the ones that I got with the one I ordered. So let me just clean up this crap real quick and I'll just be right back. I'm at a cafe and I'm trying to be polite, but I've got just like shit strewn everywhere. Okay. So let's get to our, oh, Jesse, dude, cousin, what the heck, dude? You don't have to give you, I love you, Jesse, you're the man. Little known fact, there is no chocolate in coconuts. I think that you commented on YouTube. I saw your comment on YouTube when you said that. That's really funny. There is no chocolate in coconuts, but they are almost as good as coconuts. Or I mean, as chocolate. So let's talk about our plans here. Let me take this damn Patreon thing off. I'm sorry. I look like I'm like shamelessly promoting myself here, which I am. Here, I'm gonna put a different one up. There's our Instagram. Check it out. I made these little banners. It takes a lot of work to do one of these live stream things. I'm always like nervous before it happens, and I like talking, but this is, a little insane. I think I'll take this off now. So listen, this is what we're trying to do. We called Spectra and we said, listen, we got this sailing channel. I got, this many subscribers and views and stuff. Can you give us a deal if we're going to make, I used to be a water jet technician, and the way that Clark pump works, it's a reciprocating piston-driven hydraulic pump. Actually, it's hydrodynamic, but pretty much hydraulic. So it's the same as a water jet. And I was like, I'm in a unique position where I've got the technical knowledge and skill to really explain to people how this works and open this up to a discussion, have a live stream, have an installation video, have this other video. I did this whole long thing. It took me forever. And I was really hoping they'd give me one or at least give me like a 50% discount, but they offered me 25, which just doesn't work when the damn thing is like $6,000. So I probably have like $1,000 to my name right now, and I just can't. I can't do it. But we are going to save up, and the shirt sales are going towards that. So I think we've made like $900 on shirt sales, which we're about halfway there. I think I can make my own if I find a used Clark pump for like $700 or $800 for about $1,800. That's my buddy did that. So I really want a Clark pump because they only use 4 amps. They're non-powered at all. The whole pump and is powered by a Jabsco high pressure, just regular pump. So if that thing goes out, you're out $300. If anything in the pump goes out or gets some kind of sediment in it or something, I can rebuild it because I got the skills from the water jet technician thing. Plus, I'm pretty good fixing stuff. So the point of this is, our plans are, right now, we're in Costa Rica. I'm in Jaco, Costa Rica. Cool town, good surf, sweet place, nice people, little bit of thievery, so I have to be careful. I came back one day and somebody was trying to steal my dinghy motor off the beach, so that's not cool, but and it's a little bit expensive here, but man, the people here are awesome, and the country is really pretty. But we are headed out in a month to go to Isla del Coco, and then Galapagos, and then we're going to go down to Ecuador, and we're going to try by then to have a water maker and go down the coast of Chile until it gets too cold and we don't want to do it, and possibly over to Easter Island. That's where we'd like to go. Now, I know that people have done this route without a water maker before, but I want a water maker if I'm going to do this because it's more comfortable, and I love to get in the water, but I don't like to be all salty. So my boat just doesn't hold enough water. It holds 100 gallons. It lasts us, even if we're really careful and we're catching water a lot, maybe a month. But the facilities in that coast of Chile are going to be really difficult. So, whoa, Scott, dude, thank you, bro. Really appreciate that, man. You're the man. Holy shit. Rainmaker makes a good one, yeah, but they run on petrol. I don't really want to run on petrol. I'm trying to run my water maker completely off my solar. I'd really like to get we're trying to turn this channel into more of an eco-friendly, eco-driven, clean up the ocean kind of a channel. I would like to use this for something other than, okay, I'm getting this lifestyle paid for, but really, what can I do with this influence that I've built over the last couple of years? And we really, really want to pair ourselves with people like Turt Sunglasses that are making ecologically friendly sunglasses. Which, by the way, check this out. We are, just give me 1 second. I'm a little new to this. Turt Sunglasses. Here we go. This is the Turt Sunglasses site, and if you look on it, they sell all different kinds of sunglasses. They sell a little bit of jewelry, and I've actually got one of those things around my ankle right now. But check this out. Check out our Eco Warriors. You recognize that guy, SV Delos, and that guy, me? Those are the only 2 sailing channels that are sponsored by them. That's really cool. I consider it an honor, and Travis, you're the man. But anyway, they're between Cadenton, the people that own Spectra, they have a really, really good social responsibility outlook from being the #1 leader. They have like 50% market share in everything water filtration, and they give away a lot of water makers and water filtration to people that need it. And I like that. So we're trying to change the edge of this channel just a little bit to try to, be a little bit more eco-friendly and eco-conscious and zero waste and Like we just picked up, check this out, this is crazy. We just picked up this damn thing floating in the ocean about 40 miles offshore. Look at this.
That's the sea! Yeah. Okay, show this.
Run back here. Run.
I'm glad that's not me. Yay!
Just because I'm so good.
Somebody can use it.
Maybe there's something.
Maybe it's a bunch of cocaine.
I don't want it.
Put it on back.
I just didn't want it to like break down in the water, you know. It's good that we got that out of there. That's some nasty plastic. That's just one day. I always constantly pick up trash in the ocean, and I'll start filming it more. But like Mylar balloons, please, you know, we got to get the word out about Mylar balloons, man. I used to pick up those like by the hundreds, like 20 a day. It's crazy. So those, whatever comes up has to come down, and usually with those helium balloons, they come down in the ocean, and it's horrible for it. You know, it gets in little baby seals' mouths, and they're like, anyway. Let's see what the comments are. Man, you guys rock, dude. I really, really appreciate it. I love you guys. Mr. Scott Hale, thank you. Mr. Sailing Corina Club, thank you. Oh, no way! You, Sailing Corina Club has one of the people that booked a charter through me. That's awesome, dude. Cool. Kevin, thank you, sir. Thank you for booking a charter with our buddy Sailing Corina Club. Yeah, guys, awesome. It's a pleasure working with you, Matt. It's really cool. Like I said, I like to partner with really cool people, and that is a good dude. If you guys want to see what the cruising life is like, and you don't want to buy a boat, which I completely recommend, because it's hard, man. A lot of people can't handle it. They get a boat, and their wife gets seasick, and you think having a catamaran helps you from that? A little bit, but it's still moving around. You know, it's not. You're never going to get over that. You don't just get over that. If you get seasick or you don't get seasick, that's kind of the way it works. So let me go through some of the comments that you guys have put. I'm sorry, it's hard for me alone to bounce back and forth. So, dude, make your own water maker. Yes, I'm going to, but I'd like a Spectra pump. You come across as a real genuine guy. I don't think anyone worries. Thanks, bro. Wishes for Kim to feel better soon. Yeah. Jesse, man. Oh, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. You were a Navy officer. How many years were you at sea before you bought the cat? Greetings from Germany. What's up, Sebastian? I was not a Navy officer, but I was in the Navy. I was an ET, which is an electronics technician on a submarine for 5 years, enlisted. And I was probably another 5 years after that when I bought my first boat. I didn't sail, but I did. I was a quartermaster as well, so I learned how to navigate. So I had that skill. A lot of good it did me. Dude, I have that problem with my GoPro. The battery might last 6 to 7 minutes max. Yeah, that sucks, dude. Maybe you can get them to buy a new one or something. I don't know. Imagine if 150 people sat in the hall listening to you right now. Yeah, that's really cool that you guys are all paying attention. Man. So, where's the blondie? Kimmy is actually sick. I told this story when the live stream first started, but there wasn't very many people on it, so I'm going to tell it again. So, a couple days ago, 3 days ago, I decided to take we've been kind of stuck in this bay in Costa Rica. Oh, by the way, we're in Costa Rica. We've already been through the canal and checked out the Pearl Islands and Panama, and we're up in Costa Rica. And I've got a boil on my knee. Check it out. It's nasty. You guys really want to see this? It's pretty gross. Look at that thing. Yeah, that's gross, right? So I had to stay out of the water for a while. And I think that's from a bee sting. I got stung there, and I just didn't think of anything of it. And it ended up being a boil like a week later. And it sucks. So I got to stay out of the water, well, as much as I could. Now I'm going in because I have no choice, because I have no dinghy. So back to the rest of the story. The dinghy got swamped when we were pulling in with too many people in the dinghy because I took a bunch of locals out sailing, and they had never been on a sailboat, and they saw mine, and I'm the only sailboat here. So I was like, yeah, come on, let's go. Well, the surf was huge, and nobody got hurt, but the dinghy is now like completely messed up, and the motor is full of sand, and we spent all day cleaning it and got it running again, and then that night we didn't realize the seams were split, and the damn thing sunk again. So I got up in the morning and it was like completely underwater, and so I taught Kimmy how to clean it, so she's making a video on cleaning the carburetor on the Yamaha engine, which I think you guys will really enjoy. That'll make up for having to look at my mug this entire time. But now we have to take the dry bag with my sandals kind of tied to it, and get up on the surfboard and just have the dry bag on your back and like paddle in on the surfboard with my $2,000 computer in the back. I need a new dinghy, man. I just can't afford it. Dinghies are so expensive. It's like $4 grand, $4 grand for a good inflatable. I'm thinking about building one. The guys from Sailboat Story sent me the plans to the dinghy they built, and that's a good dinghy. I'd like a sailing rowing dinghy, something I can fit 3 or 4 people in. If anybody has any ideas, I'm all ears because I am so sick of my dinghy. Whoa, bro, Malai, I really, really appreciate that, brother. Much appreciated. Talked to you before in the past about your music, and my friend Lane Staley. Put some more of your own music in your videos. Works out well. Aloha from Key West, dude. You are the man. I'm gonna do another Alice in Chains song just for you, brother. For real. Which one would you like? I'll definitely do that, and I'll tune my guitar this time. I'm sorry. It's funny on a sailboat. The strings and the intonation is just completely screwed on that guitar, dude. Like, it'll be E here, and it'll be like E sharp major flat here. It's just completely horrible. But man, I really appreciate that, bro. That's gonna help me get some epoxy to fix this freaking dinghy. All right, so let's see. Oh yeah, Angus, what's up? Hey, go get a monkey, recreate my knife attack. Loving Spectra stuff. Dude, so this guy sent me he watched my Spectra videos, and he sent me a comment on YouTube. You guys have to see this comment. Go to that second Dyneema video and look for the really long comment series. Dude, he apparently, this is a true story, he had a monkey with a knife on his boat. Like, I don't know where he got the knife, but he just came up from using the can, and like this monkey's running around with this crazy sharp knife, and it was like for cutting, sheets and stuff for emergencies. And he said the only way to get it off was to get an oar and like hit the monkey. Anyway, really funny. It was one of my highlights of the last couple weeks. So sincere thanks for your service. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that, man. Hi from Australia, Mr. Alan K. Thank you, brother. USS Drum. Thanks for serving. Thanks, Douglas. Yeah, that knee thing sucks, huh? All right. Let's see. Colloidal silver is good too. Did you lance it? I actually did lance it, but it didn't help much. So I just had to kind of wait it out. It hurt, dude. I was like in pain at night. I couldn't sleep. It sucked. Was the Canal expensive for you guys? I heard another channel. It was $2,300 for a 53-footer. That's about right. It cost us $1,890, and that's the minimum you can pay for the Canal. It's the absolute minimum. It was $1,891. So, and we got, I think, $891 back. Shit. Now I can't remember. You know what? I'm not to that point in the series yet, but what really sucks is right after the Canal, I was going to take my camera card went outside, and I went to go take it out, and it just shot into the water, and I dove for it for like 2 hours. I couldn't find it. So we lost almost all of the sailing footage that we have from the Canal, which sucks because we had a really cool experience. So I think we're going to just do it like a sit-down, talk-to-you experience, but I got like custom stories. I got stories of why you can't sail in the Canal. I got my Spanish is pretty good at this point, so I was speaking Spanish to all the local guys, and they were. I learned some crazy shit about the Canal, man. So I'm gonna share that with you guys later. But anyway, yeah, it was about, I think it was about $900 or $1,000 all done, all told. Crowdfund it. Just got a new shirt. Nice, brother. Thank you. Sailoria. Hey, how's your boat coming, bro? Let's see. Talk about sail plans in 10 to 20 knots. Okay. Okay. So if I'm going 10 knots, are you talking about the? Oh yeah, wind speed. Yeah. I hope you're talking about wind speed because the boat doesn't do 20 knots. It does like 16 knots. But this is how I do sail plans. So your spinnaker only works from like 90 degrees forward. So if the wind is off your beam or if the wind's coming from behind you, sorry, it's hard to explain. If the wind's coming from almost directly behind you with an asymmetrical spinnaker, it has to be like 20 degrees off your directly behind you, or up to about 90 degrees. Anything farther forward of that, and then the asymmetrical spinnaker is kind of acting like a jib, and it's way to the side of your boat, and it starts really stressing out your rig, really bad. So I don't like using it in that. Maybe if it's really light wind, I'll do that. But that's about what that's good for, which is amazing. It's like 130, 150 degrees of really good use out of that sail. But it doesn't work if you're beating at all. So we'll have that up, and anything under about 15 knots, they say it's good for like 22 to 25 knots, but I haven't had the balls to do that yet. And so that's the asymmetrical spinnaker. Now my other sails, I reef at about 15 knots of wind speed. I like to put my first reef in. It just, with my boat being so light, it helps. It makes the boat faster. It doesn't lean over so far. It doesn't stress out the rig so much. And even if it does slow it down a couple tenths of a knot, it's really not a big deal. So I put the first reef in the main at about 15. At about 20, I'm double reefed on the main and I'm single reefed on the jib. And anything over 25, and I've got at least 2 reefs in both sails. And sometimes we just take down the main. My boats, catamarans are a tricky beast because they don't sail real well with just the jib. Monohull sail a lot better with just the jib. I need the main if I'm beating ever at all. So if we're going upwind anywhere from 90 degrees forward, see the wind is right here, we're going this way to about right here, then I need that main to help me out. And that's one reason I love my new main. Thank you to Ullman Sails for all that roach they gave me. It's a bitch because I haven't gotten running backstays yet, but man, that thing will point a lot better. I got like 5 more degrees. So I hope that explains sail plans in 10 to 20 knots. That's what I do. I reef early, and I'm a cruiser, man. I'm not looking to race, so it's not a big deal. Ordered epoxy today. Sweet. Sailing around the world not as easy as it looks. Besides needing money for upkeep, you're referencing the need to make repairs on your own. Yeah, exactly. It's really hard to have all of the equipment. It's the skills come once you're at a certain point and you've done everything you can on your boat. You can pretty much fix anything you need to fix on your boat. It's not that hard. But the thing is, to have the shit you need, as a cat, we can't carry like an extra engine or an extra, a whole extra mainsail when we have a brand new one. I don't carry that. I just don't. So I carry a sewing kit, and I carry some 5200, and I carry some, I weighted glue it, and I carry some for the sail this ripstop. If you guys don't know what that is, ripstop is awesome shit. I'm gonna try to find it for you guys so you guys can order it. Ripstop fabric. Anyway, it's really cool. So, Texas Star, what's good, brother? Thanks. Looking forward to the vid. Dude, you actually answered my question. Thanks. I have a staysail on my 2020 Downeaster 38. Oh, that's a great boat. Any suggestions for my sail plan? 15 plus knots. You know what? When I had my big Morgan, I had a Morgan 41. I would put the It depends on the angle, but anything beating, I would put the jib, the staysail, and the main fully up, and anything less than like 18 knots, and I'd be flying. Anything more than that, and you'd have to probably take the jib down just to balance out the boat. What you need to do, honestly, the secret is you just need to go out and sail in a lot of wind. When there's a small craft advisory, take your boat out. make sure the sails are good, because I ripped one of my mains in half doing that, and it was kind of scary. But go out in that wind, learn how to reef. You have to know how to reef, and see what your boat likes. Try it with all the sails. If it's heeling over crazy and you're burying the rail, like, dude, come on, take a sail down. But a lot of the time, if you got a cutter, and anything more than 20 knots, all you need is that staysail. It's just balancing out the boat so you can still beat or tack or whatever, and you don't really need much more than that. It's all dependent upon your boat, dude. I wish I could tell you, this is what you need to do, but you're sailing a 20-ton downeaster. I have a boat that's the same length as you, and mine's 7, so it's going to be a little different, and it's a catamaran, so it's a non-displacement, Okay, dude, I got to go to work. Sweet, dude. Thanks, Scott. Really appreciate the donation, brother. That really, really helps me, man. Much love to you. All the best from Sweden and Dynema. First live chat. This is my first live chat in a long, long time. Adventure Adrift Watermaker install video. You know what's funny? Those guys from Adventure Adrift contacted me, and we're going to meet up because they're coming down from El Salvador right now, and I think I'll be here still. I think we're thinking about leaving Costa Rica for Isla Cocos and Galapagos like in August, mid-August sometime. Let's see. Dude, what'd you do with Kimmy? Yeah, Kimmy's sick. Sorry, man. All right, so I am going to go to the next section and the last section, unfortunately, where I'm going to talk about some YouTube comments. So these are in no particular order, but Kimmy set these up, so I don't even know what they are. So, Walker Tong D. I almost put shark's teeth on my boat, like when I was 12, LOL. Looks stupid and makes stealth cruising impossible. Sometimes it's best to go unnoticed. And I said, stealth cruising, what the fuck is that? And Kent said, maybe stealth cruising is when you don't have a boat. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't really know what stealth cruising is, bud. Sorry. I guess you're right. It does make it impossible. But I like it, and I painted those damn things. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I have a buddy that's on Catalina Island in Avalon, and he has a 55 Willys Jeep, and I think it's a Willys. It's 55 Willys? I don't know. One of you guys will know. And he's got the sharks painted on the side and the Japanese flag painted on the back end and stuff. It's just cool, and I really always loved that, and I wanted that on my boat. So it's my boat. I can do what I want with it. All right, time to sink your boat. Speaking of my boat, time to sink your boat. Let the fishes make a home out of it. They don't care how effed up it is. Yeah, you're right. They probably don't, but that's kind of mean to say. I think that you don't really know what you're doing or know what you're talking about. I really don't. Those comments don't bother me at all. Yeah, my boat's fine. I've touched every single inch of that boat. And yes, I've got a little work to do, and yes, it might not be a little pretty, but every freaking boat is like that, and mine's pretty awesome. So, go ahead and judge me, but you're not here with me. All right, Terry Stearns, love your channel, but oh my God, she is beyond stunning. She is gorgeous. I would get nothing done around her because it would be staring at her. I would be staring at her face constantly. Well, yeah, I didn't do anything for 5 months when she got on the boat. Yeah, I love that girl too, man. She's a quick one too. She's smart, and she's the best damn sailor and crew I've had. I mean, ever. She is awesome. I told you she's fixing my dinghy right now, my dinghy motor. She's rebuilding my carburetor on my motor right now. Beautiful woman. Okay, I have to thank my lucky stars right now. Thank you. Anyway, we miss you, Kimmy, and we love you, and I hope you watch this whole thing. Been watching a lot of your episodes. Have you had a bad experience with local officials or customs at any foreign port? Is there a foreign port which you would advise to avoid? No, not really. Usually people are pretty chill. I've heard that Golfito, Costa Rica is difficult. Anytime you go to a really small port, they don't really know what they're doing. Okay, so here's the deal about this. There are these rules that are for cruisers and cruising boats are constantly changing, and they're fairly new. Like, I've talked to old sailors that have been cruising in the 70s and 80s, And they said that, you know, in the 60s and 70s, there was no rules. You would just show up, and they would be like, we don't know what to do with you. Just don't break anything. Don't stay here. Like it was crazy then. And in the last 30 or 40 years, they've been making more and more rules. Like, okay, well, we have to deal with this somehow because there's more boats, and that's kind of where we're at right now. I mean, it's there, but the little ports that don't see a lot of cruising boats, they don't know what the hell to do, because they're more dealing with like big fishing boats or container ships, or so it's always better to go to a port that's the biggest port in the country and check in there, because they know what they're doing and they're going to be better. Now that said, the worst place that I've been is Mexico. Mexico was a show. It was crazy. It cost me a shitload of money, and it took 5 days. 5. 1, 2, or no, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, as Kimmy likes to say. No, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3. No, 3. Yeah, that's how the Germans do it. 4 or 5. So anyway, 5 days, and it was crazy. And yeah, I wouldn't really recommend, but hey, Mexico's awesome. We had a really good time there. But sorry, I don't have enough. That's what I got there. Richard Bryant says, this is so cheesy, I thought I stumbled onto some 80s porn. Yeah, well, I don't know what video that's from, but I definitely had the Catherine Morgan stash for that one, I'm sure. That's funny. All right, guys, I'm going to open this up to the Q&A period for you guys that are watching my video. Also, if you have not clicked on that link downstairs, look at that link. I'm going to put it on the thing so you can click on it right now. This is the link for everybody that's watching my video right now, and it's the link to my new sales video, so you can get a little sneak peek at our new sales. This was a really fun day. That was a really fun video to make. Oh shoot, I probably shouldn't have put that up there. Whatever. I'm going to delete the thing from downstairs, so from the description, so nobody else is going to be able to see it. But now everybody's going to be able to see it. Damn it. Whatever. So what is your plan for getting your sails and engine fixed? Seems crazy to me that you were going around with them in the shape they are. They're fixed now. I ended up taking the last $7,000 that I had and buying new sails with it, and kind of leveraging that I would be able to make a little bit of money. I was really destitute for a little while. I'm still not rolling in the dough, but we're comfortable. And I was like chartering my boat. And I hate chartering my boat. I will never charter my boat again. I don't care who wants to. If you want to come on my boat, you better be my buddy, because I'm going to let you go for free. I don't want anybody paying. But I had to have paying crew and all this craziness. James, have you noticed any signs of the fish diminishing? Yes. Outside of Jamaica, outside of Mexico, couldn't even spearfish. Retarded. I think at the points of ports where there's a lot of boat traffic, we have destroyed the reef and the naturally occurring reef that is supposed to be all over the world, and the fish are gone. It is ridiculous how bad it's gotten. Jamaica has just overfished everything. Panama, the fishing was horrible in the Atlantic coast of Panama. It was a little bit better down here. Costa Rica's awesome. There's like a migrational path for all the mahi. So I think we caught like 5 mahi the last time we went sailing here. I just kept the biggest one. But yes, it's really bad. It's really bad. It's really sad. And that's one of the reasons why I want to change my video, this platform, to like put more notice on that. But first, I need a damn GoPro so I can take some underwater footage of the desolation that I've seen. So, yeah, there's that. Those girls are hard to find. I've been looking for a while. If you find an extra one, send them my way and I'll meet them down there. Okay, brother, I will do. Screw that, you're living your dream, man. People don't know how easy it is to sail with damage and repair it where you can. But you know what's safe, dude. Now I'm late, so damn, this event's entertaining. Thanks, Angus. Appreciate that, man. Much love to you, brother. Let's see. I gotta ask, why didn't you repair both rudders when you had her on the hard? Let me think about that. I had not lost my rudders when I had her on the hard last time. I had not lost the rudders, so they were fine. I looked at the rudder shafts, they looked fine. I shook them, I checked them out, I took the props out, I did everything. to try to see what was broken. So I didn't see anything wrong, and I don't think there was anything wrong. Honestly, I don't think the rudders, because they popped up when I hit the reef. I have kick up rudders, so I didn't really need to repair them. It was more, what I think what happened with the rudders was they were the boat was too weighed down. It was way too heavy. And I've kind of confirmed that by meeting another guy that sailed his Jim Brown trimaran, which is kind of similar to my boat, over to Australia. And he was saying, dude, you got to throw out all the jars, throw out all the silverware, throw out all the books. So I've been going kind of crazy on having, like, I had like a spare head for my engine and stuff. And he's like, dude, you can't have all that extra weight. So he was right. And I had way too much weight on the boat then. And it was the sheer lateral force of me going up like 3 meter, 4 meter waves, and then no, more than that, 6 meter waves, and then sliding down the side of them laterally and shearing off the rudders, because it happened twice. And the other rudder I checked when I did the other one. Anyway, that's the whole deal with there. Do you watch any other sailing channels? You know what, man? I never have internet. If whatever internet I do have is very precious to me, so I use it to do Instagram or read comments and respond to comments on YouTube, or Patreon is another channel. There's 4 sites which I use all my internet time for. It's Facebook, Instagram, mostly YouTube, and Patreon. Patreon is another site where anybody that comments on Patreon, I read your comments, I respond to your comments. You guys are the ones that are my family that are helping me. And I try to give as much as I can back. We always we're always thinking about making videos and little extra stuff for you guys. Let's see. What percentage of boats in the different areas are cats versus monos? You know, when I would have said when I started sailing, it was probably like 20 or 30%. Now it's probably like 50%. There's a lot of monos, and that's a complete we're going to have another live stream or maybe even a video on just that, because I think I've got a good insight to it, because I've had 4 monos before, and now that I've had this boat for a couple years, it's a much different animal. So it's all a personal preference. I wouldn't mind having another mono, but I think it's probably about 40% cats now, maybe 30, depending on where you're at. If you're in the Bahamas, more catamarans, because the states are right next door. If you're in San Blas, a lot of people are based there, more catamarans, because they're more comfortable. There's not a lot to worry about. But if you're going long distance, there's definitely more monohulls. They're just safer. Do you have a plan to defend yourselves in case you're boarded at sea? You know, I don't have a gun on board, but not really, to tell you the truth. We just don't go where people are pirating. It's pretty crazy, but I haven't gotten a lot of that. I heard in Indonesia, we just met some guys on another boat, and they said that they woke up and people were just hanging on their boat rail, and they kind of freaked out, but that's just what they do there. And they weren't trying to board them or anything. They were just interested. They have a very small bubble, personal space there. But what's the purpose of showing outdated videos? It gives him time to edit. I don't know what you mean by outdated videos, but I am running about 6 months behind on my videos. That's fine for me, because I've always got more stuff than I need, and I can make better videos that way. I can use a month of footage and make one video if it's not very interesting. We're very interested in putting out good content instead of just putting out, just shitting out videos twice a week. I'd like to make good content and good, interesting, where you can watch the whole thing instead of me just talking the whole time. Like, this is not my favorite venue for my channel. I like to do it if I have good internet, but I'd rather be able to put a lot of video series out. Like the first half of this live stream was all video stuff. Now I'm out of video. Let's see. What'd you say? Do you watch Delos? Dude, they can't do current videos. Most sailing channels are 4 to 6 months behind. These guys always try and keep us updated, but instant streaming and internet is hard to get. Yeah, dude, it's so hard. We've tried like 4 different times to do live streams, and you guys have no idea how hard it is to set up a live stream. Like, I have to make it interesting. I have to get all those little banners and get all these little video clips and pictures, and you have to have that all set up with the right settings on your there's a whole nother program that does the live stream thing. So, and you do all that, and then you get somewhere, and the internet's crap because it's raining and the thing's dead, dude. It's just, I can't tell you how many times it's just a pain in the ass. I'd rather just edit video and then show you guys the video. It's better that way anyway, because you can't trip and fall on your ass when you're doing video. You just edit that part out. Let's see. Have you ever thought about offering your fans holidays on the boat for cash? I have, but I won't do that anymore. I don't want to charter the boat. What we're going to do is we're going to raffle off anybody that's like a $20 patron and up. We haven't decided where to cut that off, but we're going to do like once every couple months, we're going to raffle off, put them all in a hat and raffle off the names for a week on the boat. I would really like to have you guys come down to the boat for 1 week. That's plenty, but I have learned that I can't really handle anybody on my boat for more than that. And I like to be naked on my boat. Sorry, that's just how it works. And I just like my privacy, and the boat's small, dude. It's not a big boat. I have no room. There's only room on the top for 2 people to lay down when the table's up, and there's 2 beds. It's not big enough for 3 people, really. It's super comfortable with just me and Kimmy. I keep thinking trimarans would be better. It's like apples and oranges, but you should check that out. If you want, I can do a video on trimarans versus catamarans, or trimarans versus catamarans versus monohulls, and tell you the actual my thoughts on that. But they're just my opinions. It's all opinion. Why do they call some boats a blue water boat and some boats not? I expect it's the equipment, but I don't know for sure. No, actually, it's the way they're built. If you have a worm gear for your steering, it's more of a blue water boat, like a Tiana or a Hans Christian, or a Downeaster is more of a blue water boat than an Islander or a Island Packet's probably a blue water boat. Let me think about what would be like a Veneto is probably not really a blue water boat unless you get their blue water series. What it means is it's boats that are, shoot, I have that damn thing still on there, don't I? I got that stupid comment on there still. As you can see, I'm not that good at this. So listen, I'm going to wrap this up because my computer is dying and I'm really just rambling here. But I really like to answer you guys' questions. It's right about that hour, and it started to rain pretty bad. So, blue water boat is just a stronger boat. It's built stronger. You need to read, if you're interested in catamarans and trimarans, read Case for the Cruising Trimaran by Jim Brown, I think, wrote that one. Jim Brown has also got a Patreon feed with a bunch of podcasts that he's done. Super interesting. You guys should watch him and become a patron of his. $1 would really help the guy out. He's ancient, He's an old man now, and he's just doing this for extra cash. Weird comment. Yeah, thanks, man. Get the GoPro and document the fish that are going extinct. Yeah, dude. I haven't seen hogfish forever. Loving the Dyneema videos. Were you nervous using it for rigging the first time? Yes, I damn sure was nervous. And it worked out, and I'm still nervous. It's not really the best thing to have. When I put those toggles on there, that's not the best thing. That's what I used because I didn't have anything else. But I've actually got a buddy, Luke, that's in San Diego, that's going to make me some new toggles that are like 180-degree basket toggles that'll be way better and way stronger. So, yeah. Country Cruiser, peace, brother. Zingaro is a lake boat. Big slick. You know what? Your mama's lake boat. Blue water, deep, heavy keel. Yeah, sometimes, yep. Usually like a skeg hung rudder, or a full keel, or a really thick stainless steel rudder stock, or a worm gear for the steering, or big heavy sails, oversized rigging. All that shit would be a new, no, not Jim Brown the football, indicative of a blue water cruiser. Sorry, I'm having like 4 thoughts at once. Not Jim Brown the football player, Jim Brown the trimaran builder. Vincent Vega, I don't have a question, just wanted to say hello to me. Okay, cool. Nomadic Traveled, I will donate cryptocurrency to you as long as you get back to the communities that you visit us while traveling. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, actually, the next video, we're going to give away hundreds of dollars to a school for underage youth that has been affected by the drug cartel in Colombia. It's going to be a really cool one. Stay tuned for that. Don't forget to check out my link that I gave you guys for tuning in for the new sales video. I'll put it up here one more time. No, you know what? I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna point down to the description. Please watch that because it's only gonna be up for another like 5 minutes. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a really cool adventure. I probably won't have another chance to talk to you guys until we're in Ecuador, maybe, or maybe Galapagos. But we've got a crazy adventure coming, man. We're gonna go to Cocos Island. I don't think any cruising channel's been there yet, and it's supposed to be like insane for hammerheads and stuff. And then Galapagos, and then Ecuador, and then hopefully down the coast of Chile and over to Easter Island. So please stay tuned. We're gonna be rocking and rolling and cruising. And once I get a new phone, I will try to upload videos every week. I don't know what we're gonna do for the crossing, but much love and peace out. Thank you for everybody that supported me, man. You guys are just, dude, I wish I could have every single one of you out to my boat. We need to do some meetups when I get back to the States. All right, later.